Future Box is a pretty sick deck, and in this build, I've actually got a lot of different attackers in the deck to handle decks in the meta. We got Iron Valiant, of course we got to play Iron Hands, but the big addition is the Iron Moth we put in here, which really can help against those fire-weak Pokemon. And with Iron Leaves, we got some grass coverage. It's all about type coverage within this deck, and I think it's a pretty underrated deck right now. I'm excited to show off my brand new Future Box list on Pokemon TCG Live. Future Box is just such a sick deck. So welcome back to a brand new Pokemon TCG Live video, and yeah, I'm going to be showing off this new Future Box deck that I've got cooked up here that really does try to help with the meta by using different attackers to handle different type coverages, but also, of course, having the pressure of stuff like Iron Hands in the deck. The big addition of the deck in this Future Box deck is, of course, the Iron Moth. Like I said, this is a fire-type attacker that can one-shot Gholdengo EX, and pretty good against Crustle and Teal Mask Ogerpon, but it really does make your Gholdengo matchup a lot stronger. Gholdengo is a very popular deck right now. Having a fire attacker is really good, and the way I've built the deck is you can actually chain attacks with this card. Of course, that thermal reactor ability is very similar to Iron Leaves. When it moves from the bench to the active spot, you can move any amount of fire energy from your other Pokemon to your Iron Moth. So it's kind of like when you play Iron Leaves, right? You put a bunch of fire energy on the board, you move the Moth into the active spot with like a future booster, Capsule Pivot or something, and then you build it up and you Heat Ray for 120. You just need one damage modifier to knock out a Gholdengo, like an Iron Crown gets you there. You're also then knocking out like Lux Caped Crustles. You kill them with this, and with the way I built the deck, we are going to be playing Reboot Pod as the ace spec. I love Reboot Pod in Future Box, especially if we're playing a bit more of like a type coverage style deck. We're not really leaning into the Iron Hands kind of engine like with other builds. We're trying to actually lean into Reboot Pod because we have all these different types in the deck. Reboot Pod is really cool. Attach an energy from this card pile to each of your future Pokemon, or a basic energy, I should say. So, a very good way to build up attackers. This lets you easily chain Iron Moth. So, like, you're against Gholdengo, you Moth KO Gholdengo, they go knock you out. Go Reboot Pod, put those fire energy back into play on all your future Pokemon, and then Night Stretcher for Moth, bench it again, go into it, and then take another knockout. So you can do some really cool plays with Reboot Pod. Also good with Iron Leaves. If we're up against Grimmsnarl or Charizard, or any other deck where a grass type is nice to have, Iron Leaves is very good. It's a nice, efficient attacker, too, because you can move it in the active spot. It gives you a free switch out, which is really cool, and it does decent damage. And then, of course, Iron Hands we can use for Arm Press in some matchups, or we can use Amp. Amp is really good, obviously, against decks using Pidgeot or Wellspring Ogerpon, or just in general, we want to use Amp against little guys, against Guardy, and against Dragapult. And against Dragapult, we do have Iron Valiant plus Lillie's Clefairy. We can even build up Clefairy pretty easily. We have Crispin plus 2 Energy Switch, so it's actually not that hard to build up a Clefairy out of nowhere to knock out a Dragapult. Iron Valiant is also a very good beat stick attacker that can do big damage with the damage modifiers of Crown Booster Capsule and Tachyon Bit, but also is a great way to knock out Dragapult in one hit with the help of Lillie's Clefairy. This deck is pretty fun to play, and I'm not going to lie, the type coverage build here does go pretty hard. Now, before we get into the video, big shout out to the sponsor, Card Cavern TC. If you're going to get any Pokemon TC Live codes, get them over there if you're looking for the main set Black Bull White Flare, or an older set code or IRL singles. Product Card Cavern sells more than just the codes over on their website. If you get anything over there at the checkout, use my discount code CODALY. You have to get yourself a 5% discount on your order. Help, help yourself out at Card Cavern. So shout them out. Link down below to Card Cavern. And shout out to the second sponsor, TC Evolutions. You want to go get any of the awesome product on their website, their dice, damage counters, ability markers. With Pittsburgh Regionals coming up, you definitely want to get some of their product if you want to go to that tournament and use it. It's very important to have, in my opinion. So definitely check them out down below. Code LDF over there for a 10% discount at the checkout. Shout out my 2 sponsors. Link down in the description to help support the channel. And my second channel is linked down below if you want to get even more content from me too. Link in the description. So here's my list I've got for the deck. We're playing a lot of attackers. We got the double Miraidon, 4 Crown, Mew, Fez, Clefairy as like our extra non-future Pokemon. We got 4 Arven, 3 Research, 2 Crispin. Crispin is really good because you can sometimes build up attackers out of nowhere. Miraidon is good because you use Miraidon's peak acceleration attack to build up like the Moth or the Leaves attack or the Valiant or Hands. When you have Crispin, you're just putting even more energy on the board. This deck is all about putting energy into play real easily. With Crispin, we're playing 13 energy with all kinds of different types of energy. Plus, we have the Reboot Pod. Plus, we have the E-Switch, which does synergize nicely with Crispin and Reboot Pod and stuff. So we can put a lot of energy into play. We have EXP Share, which is also really good with Iron Moth. Let's say we prize Reboot Pod. We can always use EXP Share to keep the fire energy into play. So I like 2 copies of EXP Share in here to help keep things afloat. Other changes to make, I definitely wouldn't mind playing like an Iron Boulder in here for more type coverage, Iron Boulder EX, and then also you could play Bear, just to have another late game attacker. Blood Moon's pretty good. More boss is nice. I only play 2 boss, 1 counter catcher. We're not playing Prime Catcher, but a 3rd boss wouldn't be bad. Just Bundle's good too. Like an extra Gust Out would be nice. It's a little tight on space with everything I've crammed in here, but there are definitely some things I could add to the deck to make it a little bit better. But let's go show off the deck and see what Future Box is all about in our current Black Bull White Flare meta. All right, we have Poltnor. We can beat that. Probably just do this. Techno Radar. I mean, I probably want Iron Valiant, right? I kind of want the energy too. They're both pretty good cards. I guess I could get rid of the crown, but I need the crown too. I actually don't know what to get rid of here. Maybe it's just the energy. Oh, we prized our Iron Hands. Do we have Clefairy? We do. Okay, I didn't realize the hands was prized. Interesting. I was pass. Well, now I'm glad I didn't get rid of Iron Valiant. That would have been pretty bad, because then I wouldn't have had Iron Hands in the deck. Because I kind of need Iron Valiant to knock out Dragapult. We'll see if it's Dragapult. It probably is. I see a Duskull. It's probably Dragapult. Pult is still, like, a little sketchy, but we'll see. Not having hands does make this a lot harder, obviously. It's pretty annoying we prized Iron Hands, because, like, we want to build it up immediately. We'll see. They can Poffin for Dreepy Budu. Oh, it's Charizard. Okay, never mind. I still wanted Iron Hands, but it's Charizard. We can beat Charizard. Charizard's a lot easier to manage. Now I regret putting the grass energy on. But we can get EXP share, though, so it's all good. We're at the Arven for, like, a ball card and something. Let's see. Arven for Poffin, TM Evo. This could be Zard. I doubt it. It's probably just Charizard. We can beat Charizard. We have the Iron Leaves, which goes pretty hard. Killing the Duskull is good, too, but they're probably going to get a second one. Then get Pidgey Duskull with this Buddy Poffin. I mean, double Poffin turn 1 with TM Evo is pretty good. That's about all you need. So not having hands kind of sucks, too. We can't amp the Pidgey, which is also not ideal. Are they going to retreat in a Cleffa? But then they shouldn't have played... Well, I guess they wanted to thin a card out. Let's see if they Cleffa. I'd rather them probably do Cleffa than Dusknoir. I don't know. They're both kind of scary. They have Fez. I mean, they could just TM Evo. They have an energy, which they do. All right. I'm assuming they're just going to Team Evo. I don't mind killing Duskull here. It's honestly not that bad. If they get rare, they can Charizard Counter Catcher, though, for 2 prizes. We have to be a little careful with how we approach this turn. This matchup is tough. Oh, but no Charmeleon. All right. I like to see it. It's pretty good. Ooh, we drew a Crispin. I wonder if I just play that instead. No, I want to get an EXP share here. Do we have, like, Mew in the deck or Fez? Yeah, they're both in there. Get Mew. Probably just... Do I want to... Iron Valiant with Booster Capsule is actually not bad, because it potentially gives us an out to killing Pidgey on 1 hit. We'll just EXP share the Mew. I could probably bench Miraidon. I don't know if I want to play this Booster Capsule. Kind of want to save it. No, let's put that there. Whatever, it's fine. I need to draw cards. Whatever. We start. Double Night Stretcher. That's not good. I just want them to, like, do something weird, but I think it's fine. We'll just kill the Duskull here. Grab a Grass Nest Psychic. Just put them on the Valiant. The Valiant can't get KO'd unless they get Max Belt Charizard Counter Catcher. I doubt they play Defiance Band. Can we get a good prize? Nope. This hand's pretty bad. We didn't draw into a way to get Leaves next turn, which is awkward. But they may not even attack. Well, they have Fez. They didn't have Fez, actually. They probably wouldn't have the attack, depending if they had Pidgeot out or not. It's actually kind of awkward. Let's see if they're able to do this turn. We didn't get an out to Iron Leaves, which is bad. So they do attack with Charizard here. It's a little awkward, because I don't have Boss either. I can't just Boss, kill a Mander or something. I don't have Iron Hands and play Powered Up or anything, so it's, like, kind of awkward. Part of me should have probably just EXP shared this guy. Oh, they found the Pidgeot. See, it's not what I like to see. They could Iono me, which I wouldn't mind getting Iono'd here. This hand's pretty bad, so... And Iono would be greatly appreciated. If they were going to play supporter this turn, I wouldn't mind getting Iono'd. Maybe if they Iono me, I even could get lucky and knock out the Pidgeot if possible. Get, like, the Iron Valiant KO would be pretty sick, so... Maybe they'll Iono. I wouldn't mind getting Iono'd. I doubt they're going to Iono. They could Stamp, but Stamp's better. I mean, like, get our new hand. I don't like this hand. It's pretty bad. The Night Stretchers are clogging up. I have to play one of the Night Stretchers and Crispin, probably. Can put more energy on the board, which is good, but it's just kind of awkward overall. Finding a boss would probably be like the best card to see off the top deck, or like a Iono or Research or something. But if I Research, it was both Night Stretcher, which doesn't seem great. I just want to get Iono. I really don't like drawing double Night Stretcher off that Mew. That was just really dumb. It's not what I wanted to see. They can get Chi-Yu here, or they can get another Duskull. You know, the Duskull would be kind of awkward, actually. Yeah, I need a good top deck here to bail me out. This hand's kind of awkward. If I had hands in play, it'd be a lot better. Not having hands powered up. See, now the Miraidon being on the bench kind of griefs me here because I don't have Iron Hands in play to power it up, right? Which kind of makes this even worse. So I'm not really a big fan of that. We'll see if they do. I'm assuming they're just going to go Cleffa, right? I would like to get Iono'd, but I don't think we're getting Iono'd. Even getting Unfair Stamped wouldn't be bad. That's how crazy this hand is. But if only I had room for Iron Hands. Benching hands here would be beautiful. Because then I'd have like the double threat powered up of both hands and the Valiant with the grass energy on it. That sucks. Prizing this kind of grieves me pretty hard, not gonna lie. They could counter Catcher here too and trap an Iron Crown, which is probably what they're gonna do. That's why I didn't want to play the booster capsule. Because I have to like retreat the Crown with Crispin, which feels kind of bad. I guess I could Twin Shottles if we found an E-Switch. Probably not gonna Twin Shottles though. Yeah, if only we could go into this guy. There could be a turn where we go like E-Switch, attach, Reboot Pod, Arm Press, Boss, kill Pidgeot or something. It could be a play we could try to do in the future. I don't know, we'll see. Not having hands powered up here feels pretty bad. I would have felt a lot better if I had Iron Hands powered up. Because even if I could amp the Cleffa for 3 prizes, or 2 prizes, I go down to 3, and then this guy's less useful. No, they are going Candy Zard. Look at that. Broken deck. I mean, there's no Duskull on the board, which is good, I guess. That's nice. Surprised I didn't Team Evo Charmeleon last turn. I guess maybe it was just in the hand. They could Chi-Yu for the knockout. If I go Chi-Yu, that's fine. Are they going Chi-Yu or are they going Charizard? Do they have Counter Catcher in hand? They have Counter Catcher. It's kind of bad. Okay, they are going into Chi-Yu. This is fine. I think I'm okay with this. It's a little annoying, but we'll live. Okay. Maybe we can draw something good here. Nope. Well, it's actually not terrible. I can't knock out the Chi with Miraidon, though, which is kind of the problem. I feel like Iron Valiant it. I have max spell, so I can't even safely go into this. Maybe we try to, like, do some shenanigans with Iron Hands. It's possible we can do it. Maybe get lucky and power up Iron Hands in one turn. I doubt it, though. I could just go Miraidon again and not take a prize. Maybe this works out better. All right, let me draw some cards here. Ooh, we did get Boss. Fortunately, I can't play it. I'll speak Excel. Maybe if we hit this, if we hit him for 100, we could have Valianted it. That would have been pretty good, actually. Let's do this. Build up Iron Hands. They can go Charizard knock me out here, which is pretty bad though. It's actually kind of awkward. We didn't get to knock out this guy with the Valiant ping. That would have been really big actually if we got to do that. Being 10 damage off really sucks. See, now I maybe should have like booster capsuled the Miraidon off the Iron Valiant. We can amp the Pidgeot next turn though. That's gonna be the play, I guess. Just amp Pidgeot. They need, but there's a pretty good chance they have Boss. Well, they need Boss Max Belt. Let's see if they can pull it off. They could Boss KO Mew this turn, though. They probably are doing Boss this turn. But yeah, we can go Amp Pidgeot, which is kind of sick. We Amp Pidgeot. They could Briar for a game, though. But they have to, like, draw into it. There's no other bird. I don't know. This is a little awkward, actually. I don't know if they even play ball. They definitely have Briar. They're playing Ghosts. And I think aiming the Pidgeot's probably the best play. If we just go Leaves Knockout, they just have Chi-Yu. Yeah, they're just going to Boss. Probably kill the Mew, yeah. I mean, losing Mew is pretty bad, too, to be honest. I don't know. This just feels bad, man. But still, amping Pidgeot's pretty sick. Losing Mew is pretty bad, though. We get Fez down. This could be decent. I mean, they could just win if they get Briar. That's why I think we just got to kill this and just hope they don't randomly draw Briar. And then we can maybe Leaves for game. This is the best play I got. Yeah, this is the best play I got. I could draw an energy and Night Stretcher for Mew, which would be a lot more ideal. Nope. CC's not bad, though. Yeah, we have to just do this. I could get Mew back. I don't want to play Boss Counter Catcher in the same turn, though. That'd be kind of stupid. Could gamble for the energy, but if I whiff it, it's like really bad. I think I just guarantee the knockout. Getting Mew down would be nice, but I think I just guarantee the KO. Do I Boss or CC? That's the tough one. So I take 3 prizes. Probably just keep the Counter Catcher. Might as well do this. We've seen potentially leaves for game. If they have Briar, they have Briar. This is like the only problem with this play. If they just have the Briar, there's nothing I can do. We just got to pray they don't have Briar here now. Hopefully they don't have Briar. Let's see what our prizes are. Okay, that's good. We'll see if they have Briar. If they have Briar, we lose. Most likely. They could also just go Iono knockout, and it's like pretty bad too. That's why I wanted to get energy so I could get Mew back on the board. All right, let's see if they have Briar. If they just have it, they have it. They have to just raw draw into Briar. They have Fez. They just have like raw draw the Briar. There's no way, right? Dude, raw draw and Briar would be disgusting. I just gotta pray they don't have Briar. All a man can do. They could go Chiyu, Gust KO Miraidon, and then I can't counter catch her. That's why I debated between playing the 2 Gusting cards, but I think it's fine. I don't know if they're gonna go Chiyu. They're down 5. They're down a lot of energy. It's unlikely they do Chiyu, to be honest. Especially with no Pidgeot. I don't know. I maybe should have just played the counter catcher instead of the boss. But they could also go like Iono counter catcher Chiyu. So it's like the same difference. I think I'd rather just keep the counter catcher. So I can always use Arven as an out. Alright, let's see if they can win this turn. Pichu, my boy Pichu. My goat. If I had double Iron Valiant, I could like double ping the Clefairy. Alright, it is what it is. Let's see if my opponent has what it takes to stop me from winning the game. We might get Iono. If they're not doing Briar, they could still Iono, which is still like pretty bad overall. Like it's not great, man. We're not smooth sailing. If I had Switch, it'd be nice. I could have set up Chiyu to die, take a prize. Like, I don't know. It's not looking good. Not having the Mew on board is really annoying. Let's see if they find an Iono. They have another Ultra Ball. They can thin out another Charizard here. They're thinning. Like, they're definitely looking for Briar. Like, if they draw Briar, they draw Briar. Like, it is what it is. Like, I can't beat that. If they just happen to draw the Briar, like, they just got the best deck in the format. So we're just praying they don't get Briar off of the script. They thinned the best they could, I guess. Let's see if they can do it. No Briar, please. Don't do it. Drawing Briar would be despicable. I don't think they have it. They would have played it. The question is, did they also get an Iono? If they don't have an Iono, it's good, because I have research to try to draw into Iron Leaves. That's how we win this. Okay. They found the Iono. It's not Briar, though. I'm still in the game. I just need to find an out to an Iron Leaves probably to win, because the XP share is going to activate. Yep, that's the Techno Radar. Should be game, maybe. Nice. There's nothing they could have done either. They couldn't have went into, like, Clefairy for a turn, which is also pretty good. Because I would just amped it. They could have went, like, Counter Catcher Clefairy. That would have been pretty bad. Iono Counter Catcher Clefairy into, like, a Briar play would have been kind of disgusting. But we have game. Thankfully, I got Iono into Techno Radar, which gives us the dub. And the leaves are in there. That was close, though, for sure. This matchup is definitely a little sketchy. It's definitely winnable, though. Like, part of the win con is being able to blow up a Charizard with an Iron Leaves. But when they have, like, Briar and Dusknoirs and Chiyu, it does slightly make the matchup a bit more complicated. All right, we hit a Crustle deck. We actually might get to use Iron Moth here because it one-shots. This starting hand sucks, so it's kind of good that we get a potential turn where we aren't going to be able to Miraidon. Unless I top deck Arven. I mean, I could also win the game this turn, too, which is pretty good. But yeah, Moth is really good in this matchup. It also can't get one-shot by Crustle. See if we draw anything. Nope. So let's just attach an Iono, I guess. Best I got. Not the ideal turn I wanted, but that's fine. Can chill. It's a lot of energy. What the fudge? All right. Pass. I got nothing off that other than Arven's, which is fine. We can Techno Radar. If we don't prize Reboot Pod and Iron Moth, this matchup is pretty easy. Just one-shot the Crustles with the Miraidon. We just go in with Moth and just nuke the... It's pretty good. Moth will be very good in this matchup. Moth is good against Goldengo and Teal Mask, but happens to be really good against Crustle, I guess, too. Otherwise, like, Crustle's, like... It's a little awkward because it can have a lot of HP, where even Miraidon's second attack with all the boosters doesn't KO it a lot of the time. So it's actually pretty good that we have the Moth as a one-shot option. The fire type is really good. They got a boss. Don't think that's what they were looking for. 3 Pokégears. They got all the gears. Arven. Okay. What are they grabbing with this? They didn't get a Crispin, which is, I'm assuming, what they were maybe trying to find. Or an Iono. Getting an Iono wouldn't even have been bad. This hand's trash. But they're getting Cape, Nest Ball, yeah. We just set up Iron Moth. We're chilling. We just chain Iron Moth over and over again. We just nuke my opponent. It's pretty good. We're not going to be able to kill the Dwebble, though, because it's going to be a Crustle. They're going to get Monkey. Nope, another Dwebble, sure. Yeah, their deck just sucks. We just get Moth in play, and it's just, like, wraps, I think. Hopefully. Maybe. Fingers crossed. We can use Iron Hands, too, if they put a Cornerstone into play. It's pretty good, too. What are we drawing into? Mew's good. You need Moth to not be prized. Okay, good. Only one Miraidon's a little sus, but it's fine, I guess. Let's grab Miraidon. Do we need Crown? Yeah, we do. We need 1 Crown. Knock this thing out. I'll just bench everything, I guess. YOLO. Doesn't matter. 60 damage. Doesn't really make a difference. Let's go. Fire, fire. Good luck, buddy. Haha. I got the Moth. We have the Arven for next turn. Our hand's actually kind of insane, to be honest with you. Again, we just need to make sure we're chaining the Moth over and over. 1 Iron Moth can probably just win us the game, but it's pretty good. I do want to build up hands, if possible. We're probably going to need Iron Hands in this matchup, just because there's a good chance they have a Cornerstone. We do have Mew as an attacker, I guess, so it's not too bad. There's Monkey. There's Crispin. So we know their hand is Boss plus Mystery Card. Okay, the Adrenaline Brain isn't that relevant here. Yeah. We're not going to leave damage on the board anyways up to a certain point in the match, so it's not a big deal. Going Moth plus build up hands would be nice this turn. I don't think we could do that because we're not going to be able to... We can Fez first, I guess. Maybe try to get Crispin. We'll make it work. I mean, ultimately, we just have to chain Iron Moth over and over again. That's like basically the plan. We don't really even need to use much. I mean, we might need the Iron Hands, but we'll see how it goes. You have guaranteed knockout. They have 3 cards in hand. We know their hand kind of sucks, so it like works out pretty well. What's our top deck going to be? Another Arven, you know, that's pretty good. Let's start Fez. Okay, there's hands. Grab these 2. Could probably get rid of a Crash. We'll get rid of a Leaves. We play 2 Leaves. We don't need that many Leaves. Grab the Moth. The Moth can't get 1 shot, which is kind of the crazy thing. May as well attach. Put that there. Debating what I want to do with this. Do I want to keep a Fire Energy in the deck for Crispin? Sure. I don't think it matters, but we'll keep it just in case. And we can use Iron Moth. Put it in the active. Boom, boom. Attach that. We'll kill them. All right, bye-bye, Crustle. And we get 2 prizes. Again, I do want to focus on building up hands, too, at some point. That's my next goal. Can we get our other Miraidon, maybe? You can go into that. Nope. Booster energy? It's not bad. Just want to slowly load up hands, so I have the option to attack with Iron Hands. But it's, like, tough, because, like, we have Arven for Switch. So if my opponent doesn't... They have to go, like, Iono plus Crustle here, and then hope I don't draw into a Switch. Because I draw a Switch, we just knock out the Crustle again. And has a Lux Cape on it. Iron Moth is just going to run through their board, and you know what? This is fine with me. Ooh, Practice Studio? That doesn't matter. And they don't have an Iono, so we just have guaranteed knockout on Crustle. Rip Bozo. Haha. What's our top deck? I guess this does let them do 10 more damage, right? Oh, that is kind of relevant. I guess they can one-shot, but it's like the chain attack is like just too good. It doesn't matter. Plus, they're dead anyways. We're just grabbing Switch, Booster Capsule. And I'll bench you. Attach. Attach. Switch. Yeah, that's this game. There's nothing they can do. Like, we just knock him out. The Iron Moth just clears through the Crustle deck. So, good against Crustle. It's good against Goldengo and Teal Mask. We haven't seen one yet for some reason, but we hit a Crustle, which, without Iron Moth, this matchup would have been probably a little bit more difficult. We also prized rather Miraidon. We had one attacker if we didn't have the Moth. The Moth is broken. Okay, it's Cynthia's Garchomp. Could be a free win, but our start is not very good. The matchup's pretty good, though. Once we just put a damage mod on my Iron Leaves. But yeah, this hand isn't great. I need a top deck here. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Because I have Crispin. Like, it's honestly, like, not the end of the world. Because as long as I don't, like, randomly have, like, a turn to attack, it, like, works out. But it's a bit easier to just guarantee a KO here. You just get the Miraidon. We can go Miraidon plus Crown. Iron Hands could be okay in this matchup, too. We just want to make sure we're taking 2 prizes. And Iron Leaves, like, easily gets the job done. So we just do this. 10 damage off, but that's fine. Can't win them all. We'll grab, like, 2 energy. We already have a grass in hand. Keep the option for Crispin. I guess there's no reason not to put two grass on. We have our other Iron Leaves. We have our Reboot Pod and stuff. Yeah, Reboot Pod's in there. EXP share. Yeah, it's pretty good. As long as we can just build up Iron Leaves here and just, like, constantly just one-shot Garchomp, it's pretty good. Because 1 damage modifier one-shots their Garchomp. And we have double Iron Leaves. And we have Reboot Pod and EXP share. So, theoretically, we can chain Iron Leaves attacks over and over and over again. Which is pretty good. Let's see if my opponent can set up a good board here. Because they need to get more Gibbles down. They have 1 Gibble on the board. They got lucky that they survived the turn. I was not able to KO them there, but that's fine. I would like to probably get Iron Hands out next turn if possible. Because I want to be able to power it up. So we have 2 big threats on the board. We can use Iron Hands to kill their Rose Raids and stuff. And then we can use Iron Leaves to kill their Garchomp. I just want to make sure I'm able to take 2 prizes like every time. So I wouldn't mind trying to get Iron Hands down here next turn to set up a little bit easier. There's Secret Box. That's pretty good. I guess I can power weight the Gibble here. And I don't know if I could KO it. Okay, they get rid of an Iono. Which would have been a really good card for them to play. I don't know if they're going to play a Research, though. They may Iono me anyways. Let's see. They're going to have, like, Artisan plus, well, maybe Artisan. Depends what stadium they play. TM Evo, maybe an Iono. I wouldn't mind getting Iono. Getting 6 new cards would be pretty good. Because I can try to build up Iron Hands. That's what I want to do with my next hand. I want to try to power up an Iron Hands if possible here. So I have the option to use Amp. Okay, there's an Iono, which means we are going to get a new hand, which I'm happy with. See, if I can power up Hands and Iron Leaves here, my board is, like, really, really good against my opponent right now. So would really like to try to get the Hands off. Then also try to get some EXP shares on the board so I can chain Iron Leaves over and over again. That's the plan. Their Ace-Spec is Secret Box, not Neo Upper, so it's harder for them to attack with Garchomp and knock out my Iron Leaves every turn. Are they going to play the Iono? I want them to. Play it. I dare you. I know you want 6 new cards. No, they're not doing Iono. Okay, that's annoying. We can knock out Gibble, though. I don't even really... Do I have to put energy in play? No, I don't. Okay. I don't even really need to here, to be honest. Unless I draw an Iron Hands or another attacker. Lillie's Clefairy is not it. It's kind of annoying. I was hoping they were going to play that Iono. They're going to play it next turn, though. It's fine. Keep the grass. Knock this out. It's unlikely they kill Iron Leaves, obviously. Iron Leaves should be safe. I legit don't even want to get energy with this. I'm just going to fail it. I mean, I guess I could have put 1 on Miraidon, maybe. I could have powered up the Crown, I guess. But I don't even think I'm going to use Iron Crown in this matchup. Like, I just don't see anything to power up there. I don't know. If I had more grass in the deck, I would have put more grass energy in play so that I can set up double leaves a bit easier. But there's, like, no point of putting energy into play in that situation. I don't know. Because as soon as they knock out the Miraidon, we just come in with Iron Leaves here, knock them out. Would have been nice to get Iono, though, last turn. I was hoping they were going to play that. They grabbed it, and I'm like, yo, play it. I dare you. Please give me 6 new cards so I can power up Iron Hands so I can have 2 big attackers on the board that threaten 2 prizes, but that's fine. We have the Iron Leaves. We can kill their Garchomp here. Even if they get, like, Counter Catch or triple Rose Raid, it's not enough to knock me out. There's Reboot Pod. It's not a bad hand. I mean, they knock me out. I have the Pod Night Stretcher combo. I would like to get Fez or Mew on the board. I'll say that. I would like to try to get another attacker. That was the only reason maybe I should have used Peak Excel to get energy out of the deck just to get more Pokemon on the board to thin out the deck a little bit. Because I would like to get more Pokemon out here. I want to find EXP share. We'll see if they have a counter catcher. They could CC the Iron Leaves up, I guess, and get the first hit on it. We'll see. But my hand is good enough where I can just immediately respawn, kill both Garchomps. Like, I have Reboot Pod Night Stretcher. It's, like, pretty big. Yeah, they don't have it. Okay, cool. So let's just promote Miraidon or, well, promote Crown, I guess. Probably the best neutral card to promote would be Iron Crown. All right. We're hoping for a good top deck here. Nope. I'm going to get Iron Moth out of the deck just to thin out and then get more Reboot Pod targets on the board. I mean, I guess in this situation, we'll attach here. All right, we don't get Iono'd. We have immediate response. My setup is a little jank. Like, it would have been really good to have some EXP shares on the board. This is why it's kind of annoying we didn't get any supporters off the Iono. There's a research. They can't even KO me, though. Plus, I have Switch in hand. So, like, they have to Iono here. There's actually a weird spot for them to be in. If they don't knock out Iron Leaves, I don't think they can. Triple Rose Rate is only 190 damage. 30, 60, 90. Yeah, they knock me out. They can't put a Defiance Band or a Max Belt on because there's a power weight on it. So, if they don't... I mean, if they Iono me, if I just find, like, Arven or something. Just Arven for Switch. Switch in Iron Leaves. Poof, knock out Garchomp. Call it a day. Let's see what they can do. Now all I have to do is just, like, use Miraidon or something, or Iron Moth maybe to take my last prize on Rose Raider Spiritomb. They do have to Iono. They're down double Iono, though. There's a chance they don't have another Iono. They're down 2 of them now. There's a chance there's no Iono here. No Iono. They're not playing Stamp, because we saw Secret Box, so we're guaranteed to keep the hand, which means we should be guaranteed to knock out Garchomp here, and that'll probably be all she wrote, to be honest with you. Like, I guess, like, they could go... knock this out with Gibble or Gabite next turn, I guess. But it's like, you do that, I'm just counting with Miraidon. I guess they could theoretically, like, get a power weight on, I guess, to protect them. But, like, I don't know. Like, I just need to set up a second Leaves and I win. This is where I want to get Mew or Fez in play. This is why I want to get one of those 2 down. Just to be able to keep up the Iron Leaves pressure. Because we might get Iono'd soon, right? I'm not going to be able to do this Reboot Pod Night Stretcher combo. Unless I can find some Night Stretchers. Or some EXP shares. Be a bit easier to pull this off. Arven top deck. Techno Radar is not bad. Send out these 2. Let's do this. I need to keep the hand. I can't really afford to lose this Reboot Pod. I do need to make sure I'm keeping up the lock. I could try to high roll EXP share off research, which I guess like isn't a bad play in this situation, but I think it's fine. We'll just do this and just kill the Garchomp. We get Iono to 1. It is kind of sketchy, but we'll see. We have, I guess, yeah, we have Valiant. I don't know. We'll see what happens. What's our 2 prizes? Crispin Gear. We have Game. They can knock me out with Gibble. If they have Knockout plus Iono, it's a little scary. Do they realistically have an Iono, though? They're down 2 of them. Honestly, there's a chance they don't even have an Iono. We have the Miraidon powered up now, so if my opponent goes in with Gabite, we can just kill them with Sparking Strike, maybe. That's why I attached Psychic to Miraidon on Iron Valiant, for the record, if you're wondering. Which it may have been better to put the energy on the Valiant, but if we get Iono'd, if I just draw into one way to get a Lightning Energy on, I just Sparking Strike for game. Oh, but they had Candy Garchomp. Okay, the plot thickens. And they scoop. Never mind. Okay. I didn't have game if they didn't have the knockout, because I didn't have another switch, but a win's a win, I guess. All right. Cool stuff. I mean, they didn't Iono there. I just had game in hand. We had Reboot Pod plus Night Stretcher. It was GG's. All right, my opponent's got a Cornerstone. I guess we're going to find out what this is. This is like some kind of wall deck. It should be fine. Ooh, Latias coming down. This could be Raging Bolt, actually. Judging from the Latias. The best top deck here would probably be like an Arven or something. Okay, they just pass. All right. Still don't know what it is. I got to assume it's some kind of like turbo deck. Do I ever bench Iron Hands? Just to be safe, sure. I need to get Miraidon. Okay. That'll be fine. Do we have Reboot Pod? We do. EXP share. Okay, cool. We have the Reboot Pod. That's all I need to know. Kind of a weird hand. It's fine. We'll just do this, I guess. I was like debating whether or not I wanted to put the, like, burn my hand from Mew. The hand is kind of dead, so it's like decent, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm up against here. I'm assuming it's like Raging Bolt or something. Guess we'll see. Let's pull up Iron Hand, see what happens. My opponent does have 7 cards in hand, but they didn't do anything else. This Cornerstone is not a threat. I had to assume it's Raging Bolt. Or Terra Box. Looks like it is Terra Box. Alrighty then. Do we have... We have Switch, okay. But they have a Fire Energy. Oh, it's Ho-Oh. Alright, Ho-Oh Armor Rouge. We can beat that. We can beat Ho-Oh. I wish my hand was a little better, but we actually could Sparking Strike next turn, which is kind of sick. We can E-Switch Sparking Strike. It's kind of broken. Yeah, we're up against Ho-Oh. We can beat that. Honestly, Iron Hands is probably good because we want to be able to, like, maybe amp this for 3 prizes. Yeah, we'll see. They have an Ultra Ball for probably Charcadet. We do have to watch out for Saw, but again, I have double switch in the deck. It's not the end of the world. We have Leaves too, so I think we'll be fine. We have Leaves, double switch. I think I'm chilling. This matchup should be pretty good, I want to say. They're going into the Wellspring. Okay, if I draw a switch out here, we have the knockout with Amp. Reboot Pod. Okay, that's fine. We can... Okay, so we need to find a switch. So, do I E-switch here? I guess we E-switch. Do I ever put an energy on Mew just to build it up? Or do I ever... I don't think I ever want to build up Twin Shuttles. Yeah, it's attached to Mew. Maybe we can, like, build Mew up or something. Alright. Give me a switch out. Nope. We got Iron Leaves. But I am short of Grass Energy. Okay, that's fine. We can just grab these two. Get Iron Valiant, maybe. I'm not going to bench Crown, because I want to leave a bench space open, potentially for Leaves. They keep sobbing. This is fine. We're just putting a lot of energy on the board. This works. Yeah, this is fine. Would have been really nice to amp there. We just needed a switch out. And they sobbed me. That sucks. We drew an Arven. We could have got there. Or I could have... Wait. No, I didn't have it. I could have arm pressed for the KO, actually. Oh. Yeah, I could have arm pressed. I could have went Leaves, Retreat, arm press for 160. Because I had to take the grass off the Iron Hand. So I would have actually had the knockout with Leaves. It's honestly fine. They're just sobbing again. It's not even that big of a deal. This is, like, fine. But yeah, I did have it. I think it's a lot better if I just get the knockout guaranteed. Yeah, we got the switch. This is probably just a lot safer, right? Just switch into hands. Attach Mew and then just amp. This is like probably just better overall, I want to say. But I did have the knockout there with the arm press if I really wanted to. But amping is honestly probably just a lot stronger in general, in my opinion. So I think I'd rather just keep it safe. All right, what's our prizes? There's Moth. There's an EXP share. Finally, we got an EXP share, which I would like to put on the board. All right. Yeah, building up Mew is pretty cool, actually, because we can use it to, like, attack into them and stuff. We can't actually knock out Cornerstone because it's got enough HP to survive a hit, but I don't even know if they're going to get the Cornerstone attack. Okay, they have an Iono. We have Mew on the board. It's all good. Let's see what this Iono gives me. We also can just knock him out with Iron Hands. Oh, we got Boss anyways. That's pretty good. Even if my opponent goes into Demolish here, we can just Boss. Or probably, I'd probably Arm Press for the knockout, to be honest with you, and then just Boss for game. It's probably just better. They can get Ho-Oh here. They can get Fez. This should be fine. I don't know, maybe I should have arm pressed earlier. I like amping, though, because they have a Legacy Energy on, right? So it just, like, disrupts the flow of the match. I actually think it was technically just better to just wait to amp. And it worked out. Because even if they, like, Wellspring there, it's, like, not that big of a deal. Like, they go... Like, let's say they Wellspring last turn with Torrential Pump. It's like, okay, you knock out my Miraidon, you put 120 on what? Like, Iron Hands or Mew or something. Like, who cares? It doesn't really do anything for my opponent, I feel like, in that situation. So, like, it was probably fine to just not knock them out with arm press. I don't think it mattered too much, but it just makes it so much easier to win now. Because all I have to do now is just knock out the active... And then we just take out a 1 prizer for game. Makes my prize map so much easier. Like, I think it was fine to just not do the Iron Leaves Arm Press KO there. The question is, does my opponent have any play they can make here? They can't knock me out. Anything on the board can't KO me unless they have some kind of way to kill Iron Hands. They go into their own Iron Hands. They need an Armor Rouge, obviously. I don't know if they got the Armor Rouge here, folks. Though they didn't get it. They have to retreat. Oof. I did draw boss off Iono, so we can boss KO the Cornerstone. This guy, wait, weak to water. Okay, never mind. You can Gust kill Cornerstone. I can amp the Cornerstone. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Can amp for the knockout. Take 2 prizes. It's pretty sick. It's the same difference, I guess. We arm press, take 1 prize. Like, same difference. Let's see what it gives me. Nice. There's Psychic Energy. So now we can just go Iron Valiant next turn if my opponent... Well, they could Iono me, obviously, but we'll see. I mean, they have to respect the Iron Hands. I mean, they have to go like Iono to 1, knockout hands to even be safe. We'll see if they have it. They have Ultra Ball. They get a Armor Rouge, finally. But they're getting Mew. No Fez. I'm surprised at it. Alright, that's fine. They can get our Mew. They need to get, like, Iono, Armor Rouge, Knockout Iron Hands, and then hope I whiff the Knockout Laser Blade. In order to KO hands, though, they need some big attacker. They need, like, Reshiram EX or something. But all I need is a single energy. So even if I draw, like, a Crispin, I can win the game. Or an E-Switch. So I can attack with Mew, probably to kill Reshiram, or I can just kill it with Iron Valiant. It's like they 100% need to... They need to do something to stop me from winning next turn. Which currently they don't really have an out at the moment. Let's see. They have the Mew in hand. They can Mew, but then it's like I just win anyways. Right? So let's see. Do they just... do they concede? They're not doing anything here. They might have just scooped it up. They're not even benching the Mew. I think they rage quit. Okay, yeah, alright. They're not even playing. Alright, that's fine. That's a dub. They just, like, AFK'd. They didn't even bother mentioning me. They just gave up. They just scooped. I mean, Iono knockout could have been scary, but, like, it didn't really matter, obviously. Because, like, I was 1 card off of just winning the game with whatever. Because, like, they want to kill Iron Hands. They most likely have to use, like, some big attacker that can either get killed by Valiant or potentially even Mew, like Reshiram, for example. So, they're almost checkmated, right? There you go, folks. That is the Future Box deck in action. I think it's actually kind of underrated right now. You do have a lot of really good type coverage with the Iron Moth, the Iron Leaves, and even the Clefairy Iron Valiant combo is pretty cool. And this deck has some cool tricks thanks to the addition of Reboot Pod. I like Reboot Pod in here. I know Prime Catcher is like pretty good too. Secret Box could have its uses, but Reboot Pod is just nice. Just being able to build up energy is so good. It lets you chain attacks with Leaves, and especially with the Iron Moth. I know we didn't hit any Goldengo in this video or anything. We did hit a Crustle. We actually used Iron Moth. Also, having a 1-prize attacker that's a fire type is just so cool in this deck. The Moth definitely can make a difference in here for sure, because otherwise we weren't beating that Crustle deck. Like, we have Mew as an attacker, and we have 2 Miraidon. Other than that, good luck beating a Lux Caped double monkey boarded Crustle deck. So Moth is kind of cool. Again, you'll use it a lot against Goldengo and Raging Bolt and stuff, not just Crustle, but it is what it is. I like the deck. I think it's pretty strong. I don't know what I'd change about the list. Maybe add a little bit more draw in the deck. A 3rd boss would be good. Iron Bundle would be good. I don't know what I'm cutting, though. Like, everything is very crucial. I don't know if there's any cuts to make, but I definitely wouldn't mind maybe playing an Iron Bundle or a 3rd Boss's Order. Those were cards I felt were missing from this deck, but on that, it's pretty good. And I think Future Box, having the type coverage is pretty sick right now. You can even try out like Iron Boulder in here if you want to beat the Lightning decks even more. A Blood Moon Ursaluna could be good as like a late game sweeper too. There's definitely some things you can change about the list. I'm definitely going to try Future Box again when the Mega Set comes out. I like playing this deck. Future Box is always a fun time to play in the format. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe down below. We're on the road to 82/90,000 subs. You want to help me reach that goal? Subscribe down below. I'd greatly appreciate it. Check out the sponsors down below. Use code LDF, of course, at the checkout. And check out my second channel for even more content from me, too. Catch y'all later. Bye-bye.